Okay, so Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever is what we're here to talk about. We're missing Josh. I don't know if he's going to pop up later, but he can get in the conversation when he does. Before we get into the discussion, I want to introduce Brian, who is joining us. Him and Lamar are co-hosting a new podcast that I'm going to give you a chance to kind of introduce it before we get started. So Brian, let us know the name of it and what it's about, and then Lamar, say where we can find you.
Okay. Our new show is called Black on Black Prime, not Crime. So it's like Amazon Prime. Right now we're reviewing lower budget films, Black films and TV shows, mostly on Tubi. So that's pretty much our niche that we're digging out right now. I feel like we're 4 episodes deep in, and yeah, we have a million movies to choose from, so it's going to continue. There's no stopping us at this point.
Lots of content.
They're going to keep creating. So, and one day we'll be probably reviewing one of ours.
Straight up.
Okay,
Straight up.
Yeah.
And you can find us on everything Black on Black Prime, everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. So we mainly drop, we record our episodes, the full episodes come out on Spotify and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and subscribe to this one, because we still doing this one too. I'm everywhere, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm everywhere. I start a Puerto Rican podcast. You know what I mean?
Subscribe, like, everywhere.
Share. Yeah, Les Films de Mexico. I might do some shit like that. You never know.
Gonna do Bollywood films next with one.
Hey, and Bollywood got some good ass movies too. We everywhere.
Okay. All right. So what we do here is we talk about just a variety of movies. So what we do first is we go around and we say our initial thoughts of the movie overall, and then we kind of get into discussing the content of the movie, and at the end of it we rate it 1 to 5 stars. So we will start with our overall thoughts of the movie. Lamar, why don't you kick us off and let us know?
Damn it, I wanted to go last.
Okay, well then Brian, since you since you are the talking real shit guest, we'll have Brian.
Yeah.
So going into the movie, I heard a lot of mixed reviews, but the first review was more of like, if you're gonna watch that movie, you're pretty much gonna see Woman King Part 2. But that's what people told me, and then my mom saw it as well, and she was just like, she liked Woman King better. So I just went into it thinking like, damn, I'm gonna sit here for 3 hours and I'm not gonna like this movie. Not saying I didn't like Woman King because I haven't seen it yet, but so I went in kind of like with just an open mind. I was like, I'm gonna see it, so whatever. I'm gonna sit here and try to enjoy this movie. I enjoyed it right away, honestly. Like, it wasn't a part to where I was like, man, it's just taking forever to get, to the part, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed it I know we're probably going to get it more in depth in the movie in the middle of the podcast, so I don't want to give it all away, but yeah, I enjoyed it overall. Maybe because I went into it thinking that it wasn't going to be great. So that I have to take that into consideration. Like, that's probably why, but at the same time, like, I enjoyed it like fully. I'm not gonna say it was better than Black Panther 1, but that's still yet to be determined, I guess. Maybe I gotta see it again. I don't know. Maybe I gotta see Black Panther 1 again, because I haven't seen that in a while. Overall,
question:
the movie was good.
Were you hearing this stuff before it came out, or what? Because I know you saw it a little bit later. So did you see it after it was released? I mean, did you hear those things after it was released?
It was after it was released. Like, I heard it the first week it dropped from I work with a lot of nerds that love, like, Marvel and every single Marvel or DC movie, and they didn't have too many great things to say.
Dope.
I say it was bad, but they just were giving me like, yeah, I don't know how you feel, Lamar or you, Tasha, about like when people start talking about like Black films, period. You know what
right?
I mean? Like,
you get that. Yeah, you get defensive a little bit.
I was defending the movie before I even saw it. I
Right.
was like well, hold on.
Right.
You know what I mean? You talk about Spider-Man. Don't talk about this movie. You know?
I feel you. Like
don't
you
have it
automatically
right.
get defensive. Like, nigga, don't judge our
Yeah.
shit. Like, say you didn't
Yeah.
like it and move on. Don't start breaking shit down.
Yeah. I was in the theater and there was some people behind us, like kind of like laughing at the dialogue. I'm like, y'all all right?
Y'all got
something to say
questions?
about y'all got something to say about Wakanda? But yeah.
Was anything spoiled? You said you work with nerds that are fans. Did anything get spoiled before you saw it?
No, not
Okay.
spoiled other than well, I mean the obvious is that like for some reason I felt that like Chadwick Boseman was gonna make like a cameo in some kind of way. I thought they were gonna like whether it was CGI, whatever. I thought he was gonna make some type of cameo, but nobody said anything, so I figured that it didn't happen. So I mean, I guess that was a spoiler because nobody said it and I thought it.
Yeah.
But no, nobody said anything.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have a comment about a part where I thought he was going to show up, so we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
My overall thoughts was I thought it was good. I didn't go in thinking it was going to be better than the first one. I thought it would be, it would be a good follow-up, but I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. I didn't leave loving it, but I thought it was just overall good.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my initial thoughts of the movie as a whole.
I thought it was cool. Like I didn't want to go in with high hopes, but I still did. Like I still because like I said, the preview started selling me. Yeah, the preview started selling me. But the whole preview was the beginning of the movie, basically. And then towards the middle of the movie, I'm like, where is it? Is this still a superhero movie? It's like it kind of it took me out of it. Like it took me out of the whole Marvel feel. It took me out of everything. It wasn't what I expected. Woman King is definitely better. Your mom was absolutely right. Woman King is I want to say it's not even comparable. Like this movie didn't feel like it felt like a Chadwick Boseman funeral. The entire movie damn near. Like you never got out of the emotional shit. And then it's like they kept tacking it on and some old sad shit, more sad shit. I wanted them to I don't know, it's like bring some kind of joy out of this motherfucker. Like we were sad in the beginning, boost us up a little bit. You know what I mean? Lift us a little bit. But it was just like, no, nigga, we just gonna be sad this whole movie.
And then I'm gonna take somebody else out and make you even sadder.
Yeah, even more sad. So it's like it's kind of like it took the feel away from. I didn't even want to see Chadwick, but give me something to be excited about. I didn't want her to be the Black Panther. I say that. I really didn't. Like I felt like she could have did something way better than that.
Yeah. I kind of thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed about the cameo though. We could talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll definitely talk about that. What was I going to say? So those are our initial thoughts. We can kind of just talk about points of the movie. We don't have to like go from beginning to end, but why don't we just go ahead and talk about that cameo scene? So I thought the CGI appearance of Chadwick was going to happen there. And I was like, it better not. I was when you see her going around and you see somebody sitting there, I was like, that better not be him. So when it ended up being Killmonger, I was relieved. And I was like, okay, this is how they're gonna bring him back to the movie. Because I kept saying the entire time, he didn't die, he's gonna come back, he's gonna be Black Panther. So I said that this whole time. So him showing up that way was like, okay, this is actually better. So that was my feeling about that part.
I'm glad it wasn't Chadwick, but that's not how I wanted to see him come back. I wanted them to pull some bullshit off, like he wasn't really dead. We did this, and now he's the. I wanted that angle of it. I feel like he was sort of wasted. His comeback was kind of wasted. Like you just come back to give you a little speech. The crowd was cheering when they showed him. Like, oh yeah, oh shit, it's Killmonger. Nigga, he's a memory. He's not even really there. Like,
is he a memory though, or is he's on the ancestral plane, right? Isn't that where she's at? Isn't that the whole thing? So she's talking to him like,
but he's dead.
So it's like his spirit she's talking to, and he's kind of like guiding her in an angry way to become the Black Panther.
Yeah, but but it's wasted. Like I would rather him just come back. I would rather him be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Call me simple, but I enjoyed his little cameo. Because I don't know, it made me think that, like, okay, well, they actually kind of shit on Black Panther a little bit. Chadwick Boseman characters, they was just like, your brother was humble. I'm just like, damn, the nigga really did in real life. Why y'all, y'all shouldn't get on his character. But I like that he pushed her to be more of a savage. You know what I mean? Like, go out, get avenge, this person that has passed away. You know what I mean? And I don't want to give away the other part being talked about as yet, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. I don't think they could have brought him in any other way, because they would have took over. If they would have probably brought him back as the Black Panther, it would have been like, I don't know. I don't think it would have fit.
But it could have if Chadwick's death humbled him to where he's still a savage, but now he's fighting for his people. They could have took that angle with it.
But it's like, because she was falling off a cliff.
They got those beads. He didn't fall off the cliff.
Oh, he jumped off, didn't he?
No.
Well, he shoved him off the shit.
No, he sat there and just slumped over.
Yeah, he took the knife out of his chest and then fell over.
I didn't think that nigga fell off the mountain the whole time. I thought he was gone. I thought he was out of there.
No, because they set it up. They set it up perfectly, because Chadwick told him, like, we could give you one of these beads and we could save you. He was like, nah, like, don't save me.
Because he didn't want to be in prison.
Perfect. Right. It would have been perfect to use that to be like he was actually in prison. You know what I mean? Chadwick's dad dead now. Everybody's sad now. He comes back to save. I don't think you said she got pushed to being a savage. I didn't really see that. Like, I seen her get mad, but it wasn't really like a rage. It was more like I want to do something, but I can't still. You know what I mean? She didn't really attack how I thought she should have attacked. Like, they didn't give enough. They didn't give that the conversation was deep or whatever, but it wasn't enough for her to turn that page to where, like, oh, I'm avenging her, because she still had feelings for the nigga with the flying feet. Like, she never, that part never changed. You could tell she was like lost in love with this nigga or something.
Yeah, low key. I mean, I just felt like she was going like forget about it. You know what I mean? Like, she was trying to save them. You know what I mean? By not even doing anything. So I'm thinking he at least pushed her to do something.
You can sense the anger that she had, but maybe it wasn't conveyed enough
right
in her actions. But she was going at it in an angry way, as opposed to just like I'm here defending my people. She was more so like out for revenge. So
yeah,
that was her intent. But so you didn't like the fact that she was Black Panther, just kind of like a little nitpicky thing. What'd you think of the CGI with her
more
suit?
sexist.
I'm not sex. I don't know. So wait, the CGI part, it didn't really bother me. I was kind of just into it. Like, I just kind of like watching it happen. Like, it is what it is. This that's what you get from Marvel now. They get kind of lazy with the whole convincing you with the CGI. So it's kind of like it is what it is. But when I say it could have been another female. I just didn't want it to be her. Like, I feel like she was already carving a path. I feel like if Chadwick didn't die, she would have been something else. She was already carving a path to something different.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So when she became the Black Panther, it's like kind of a regression. Like, they should have, well, I don't want to say they should have. They could have got somebody else to be the Black Panther.
Okay. Brian, this is my brother Josh. Josh, this is Brian.
What's up, man?
I don't know if you've seen that Brian and Lamar started their Black on Black Prime podcast.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
So we started the Black Panther discussion, but they introduced the new podcast earlier in it, and we've already done our initial thoughts, and we were kind of just starting to talk about the movie. So, Josh, since you're just now joining us, we're going to put a pin in the discussion and have you give us your initial thoughts of the movie. What did you think of the movie as a whole?
Overall, I thought it was cool. Just a little bit long and a little bit too much going on in the movie. But overall, I say it's the best Marvel film I've seen in a while. Not really saying much because I didn't like the other two at all. but over, yeah, I thought it was cool. Like I said, just a little bit too long at times, but the acting, like Angela Bassett, when people say give her an Oscar, I'm like, yeah, give her an Oscar because she was fucking good. And how old is she?
Old.
Old. Fucking old. No. I mean, I'm just saying
Older.
Still in shape, still looking good. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did everybody else think?
I thought it was good.
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. So
it seems like we all kind of like it.
yeah, it wasn't bad.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't bad at all. It was just cool. Like it. Yeah. I mean, saying it's the best Marvel. So, well, would you say this year or recently?
I mean, even better than like Black Widow. I'm naming all these movies that I'm not really even a big fan of.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's not hard saying that this was better than those because they have been missing a lot recently.
Yeah,
Thor was bad.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I didn't see the Shang-Chi one, but I heard
that was good.
I heard that one was good.
No, that one was good.
That was cool. But I think I like this one more than Shang-Chi. So
y'all didn't like Doctor Strange Part 2?
I fell asleep. But I also didn't see the first one either.
It was cool. It was cool, but it was goofy.
Yeah, one time watch for me.
Yeah. It was cool, but it was goofy.
Yeah. I didn't even finish Love and Thunder. Thor: Love and Thunder. I couldn't get past 20 minutes.
I fell asleep on that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, but Josh, do you feel like after watching this, do you feel like it was actually a Marvel movie?
Not really. I mean, in some parts, yeah, but overall, nah. Because the humor was actually funny, so that's why I didn't feel like it was. The acting was really good. Yeah. I was asked, how do you guys think? How do you think that? How they dealt with T'Challa's passing? Like at the beginning.
I thought it was solid in the beginning, and I wish they would have left it there.
I don't know if I don't know if I remember the first one being so like they just had like a UFO in the sky pick them up. Was it the first one like that? Like it was like kind of super sci-fi like that? Like it was on
they had the ships, but I don't know. Like as far as beaming things up,
yeah, that was kind of that threw me off a little bit. I was just like, are we floating in the air now?
Well, so I don't remember. How did they send off his dad?
You don't see it, right? Don't they just announce it? It's just like a news announcement in the beginning of the movie, but they don't show anything.
Yeah, like when somebody died, I felt like there was more I don't know. I feel like, they put them in the ground, don't they? Like, for some reason, I felt like they put them in the ground and like cover them with something, but I didn't think that they beamed them up in a UFO.
Yeah.
Well, but wasn't it just the? Oh yeah, no, it was. Yeah, yeah. Would you go off to fucking get buried in space or something? Shit.
The aliens that's what I got from it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. The
beaming, that vibranium suit.
The beaming up was like that. And then the other thing that I noticed too was when they got back to Wakanda, it was almost like the portal opened up and then they flew through. Whereas in the first one, it was like an invisible wall.
Yeah, like camouflage. It was like camouflage or something.
Yeah. So it was weird. And this one, you see it open up. So I thought that kind of like struck a nerve with me too. So I was like, okay, that's weird. But yeah, the beaming up. We were talking about the what's her name, becoming Black Panther, and then like her the CGI in the movie. And some of the CGI really bothered me, like her suit. And then because there was points where they didn't use CGI and there was points where they did. So like the underwater stuff, it was fine when Shuri was down there and they were talking. It wasn't like a whole obvious thing. But when he was talking to his people and getting them riled up, you can really see his face was just all CGI, and that bothered me. So that's why I was like, some of the CGI was kind of like in your face. And the first one, that was a big thing. They were talking about the CGI not being so great, especially in the fighting scene at the end.
Yeah, like I said,
bother you guys.
I kind of just take it how it is. Like it literally, like, now I don't expect too much. Now I expect that bullshit.
Well, also, I think it's better than a lot of like even better CGI than the Marvel film. So maybe that's the reason why I didn't notice it, because The ones in like Doctor Strange 11th were terrible. So when I see this, I'm like, oh, it's an improvement. And so I kind of just went with it. The first one, it kind of bothered me when T'Challa, you see when he doesn't have the mask on, you see like the CGI suit, and it seems like his head's kind of moving. But I kind of let it go because I enjoyed the movie. So I guess I let it go with this one.
Oh, so another thing we talked about, Josh, was Killmonger's return. How'd you feel about that?
I thought that was smart how they did it, how they brought him back. It kind of made sense. But I wanted to ask y'all, how did y'all feel about that? Did you thought it was cool and necessary how they brought him back for her to see, since she wanted vengeance? So y'all,
maybe I'm just wishful thinking, man. I wanted him to come back.
You wanted him to be Black Panther.
Yeah.
No, it's like, if he gonna come back, then come back. Don't come back and make a speech. Like, come back, man. Like, don't. I mean,
I'm using like come back to help them fight
something.
Yeah. I mean, they come back, fight, have him turn on them, kill him, and then he's Black Panther. You know, like this, like we said, he would kill Shuri.
I don't know. Give him a change of heart, man. Like, I don't know. Let him wake up or something. Like, I don't know.
Nah. How about twin brother? How about he had a twin brother in Wakanda?
Hell no.
That they kind of kept secret. They didn't want him to.
Hell
hey,
no.
That's one other way to bring him back. It's still Michael B. Jordan, just a different Killmonger.
No. I didn't expect him at all, so him coming back was enough. I didn't think he was gonna be there.
No,
I was like, all right, that was just a rumor. But the way that they did it, the way they brought him back, I thought that was cool how they did that. So some thought went into that.
I mean, it was cool for everybody else. For me, maybe I'm just being selfish.
Wishful thinking on your part.
Yeah.
But no, I was speculating all over the place that he was gonna be the Black Panther. I was like, they're gonna twist it and they're gonna make it him. But I did enjoy the way that they did bring him in. I was like, okay, they did it the way, a smart way, and not the way I wanted them to.
Yeah, if they did it for fan service, I was like, all right, that's bullshit. I would have checked out.
Okay,
so I just thought his story wrapped up really good in the first one. I thought after he died, I was like, okay, that's cool. Leave his legacy. Don't fucking ruin a good, character like that. Even though he's I don't call him a villain. I say antagonist. I'd be like, just leave him there, and then bring them back in this one. Was cool. Like, I understand why they would. At first, I was like, why the hell is she seeing him? And then I understand why she saw him in what's called the astral plane or some shit.
That's what I was saying. The ancestral plane.
Ancestral plane. Yeah, ancestral plane.
Yeah. So you brought up acting. So let's talk about that a little bit. I thought the acting overall was really good. You said the comedy was good. I actually didn't care for the comedy, especially the Iron Man woman character.
Oh, Ironheart.
She bugged.
All right, how about this? Let me clear it up. As far as Marvel standards, they make jokes that aren't funny. So how about this? There were jokes that were so funny. I'm like, okay, that was kind of cool. So, all right, I just wanted to correct myself.
They didn't try to be funny.
No, maybe it's just the acting was so good that I just enjoyed the dialogue. I don't know. Maybe.
I didn't have a problem with the jokes. The jokes was hidden. Like I laughed. It wasn't like bust the gut over the top laugh, but I feel what Josh is saying, because a lot of the Marvel movies, they force jokes. Like, it'd be a scene that you don't need to make no joke right here, but they didn't do that in this one.
Yeah.
Well, he called Shuri called the bald-headed lady Ashy in one of the shot. I thought that was funny, but I got offended when the people behind me laughed. They wasn't black. Like,
you can laugh, but they can't.
No, you can't laugh. You're laughing at it. I know about Ash.
Wait, so Tasha, so how did you feel about Ironheart, aka Riri Williams?
I liked the idea around her and her being introduced. Although I'd never heard of Ironheart, I just got excited when the whole theater lost their minds when she showed up. But her trying to be the comedic character, it was almost too overdone. It was like every time she had an exchange with somebody, it was like a joke or a remark that was supposed to be funny. And I was like, okay, it doesn't have to be in every interaction she had. So that's what bothered me. Like, here and there was fine, but after okay, every time she talks, it's got to be something funny. So that's what bothered me.
Yeah. I didn't mind her character. I just thought like I said, there's too much going on. Like I thought it'd been cool if they saved her for another type of show, because like there's doing a lot of things with Shuri's story and then Namor's story, like all these other things. So I thought like, yeah, I get what you're saying, Tasha. Like there's times where I thought she's cool, and other times I'm like, bring it down a bit.
Yeah. Because like with Okoye, with Okoye, like she was serious, and then she had moments where it was like, okay, it's joke time, it's funny time, like with the whole her and Shuri and her head being ashy, like, but her character overall wasn't being funny all the time because she was a warrior, she was serious.
Yeah.
So, but you got a little taste of it here and there, so I thought that was perfectly done. But yeah, I thought the acting definitely was really good all around.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I can't think of a bad character or a bad acting performance in this movie.
No. Just like in the first one, I don't think there was any bad actors in the first. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of M'Baku in the first one, I did like him in this one a lot more. Yeah,
I liked him in the first one too.
I liked him in the first one.
I did.
Yeah, it was funny.
Good for y'all.
Let's talk about the Mexican dude with the little twinkle feet. I didn't mean to, dude. When they showed his story and he rose up as a little kid with the little twinkling, like the little wings, I laughed hard as fuck. Like, who's taking this serious?
It was kind of goofy.
That shit looked hella funny.
Goofy. I mean, he's a goofy ass character. I'm surprised.
Like, how can we make this dude fly?
Just get talking shit about.
Just let him fly, man. Don't give him those feet. Like, what's the point in those feet?
That's his character, right? I mean,
so why was he look regular and everybody was blue when they were underwater? Like he was mutant or what was it? Did I miss something?
Yeah,
he was half human, right?
Yeah, he was half human.
Because he was he was
a baby. Oh, he was in his mom's stomach, and when she drank that stuff.
Yeah, when she turned. So yeah, so that's why he was different. But so I thought it was goofy too. But then in my head I was like, okay, well, this is how he's drawn in the comics. So it's not like it's not like Ryan Coogler created this character. Like, what the hell was he thinking? It was already created. So I kind of thought that, and I was like, okay, give it a break. But that whole him like as a little kid, like rising off the ground, that was kind of,
that shit was hilarious. Weird. But I would say the introduction of that tribe, them motherfuckers was hard. Like they came out harmonizing and people was killing themselves. I was like, these motherfuckers are crazy.
Oh yeah. I like when he walked up to her and he was just like, look, I got more soldiers than you got blades of grass in Wakanda. I was like, damn. Like, man.
So when they started harmonizing and then they did it again in Wakanda, I started thinking, so instead of going to war, why don't you just do that to people and make them like?
Or hey, how about if you go to war against water people, don't be on a fucking boat.
Oakdale advantage. Yeah.
Stand in some vacant land,
nigga. Submarine where you can just kill them.
and by that time, Siri understood they get their power from the water. So don't go fight them where their power is.
But they also did bring the water to Wakanda, so really they weren't safe anywhere. So why not be on a thing that's supposed to float on water?
I'll still be on some land. That boat was too damn.
Yeah. And I thought like they kind of like looked at the security underwater since they knew they were coming. Like, did they touch on that?
Nah.
Okay, because I thought you said like block the whatever it is on water, and they just got in anyway.
Because he was like, remember when he showed up, he was just like, yeah, I can get in here, and that's when he said the whole, I got more soldiers than you got blades of grass. He didn't, but that was a cold ass threat.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how like Lupita just like smashed their whole shit and shot people. Like she just was able to get down there with no problem. There was no like that's supposed to be like
they didn't even try to save the person. They didn't even one of those things. Nah, we gotta go. I'm like, damn.
She could have threw that beat in her and left.
Right.
Like, no, we don't got time.
No, we need to go to war. The movie needs to name more for us to go to war with him, so we can't save this bitch.
Lupita was harder than everybody. Lupita should have been Black Panther. If she went in there, she was killer.
I would have accepted that. like I said, I just didn't like that it was serious. I didn't like that angle of it. I just wish it was somebody else. Because like I said, I feel like she was. I felt like Black Panther was like her project. You know what I mean? Like that was she creates the suits and shit. Like that's like I'll be your background. Kind of like a I don't want to say is Alfred is the one for Batman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay, so I think you're talking about more what's it called? Lucius Fox, who kind of gave him the equipment.
Right.
Stuff,
Like, yeah, be that. Like, be the background. Don't be frontline. Like, why be frontline when you're the smartest? You're basically more threatening because you can build shit to fight back. Like, if you get fucked up, who's gonna bring you back? You kick the little girl out, who's gonna bring you back?
But she didn't initially want to be Black Panther, right? Wasn't she kind of fighting against being the Black Panther? Or I felt like that's what the whole story was. And then when her mom got taken out and then she wanted the vengeance, that's when she was like, okay, I need the power of the Black Panther to get vengeance on the person that took the rest of my family. I felt like she didn't want to be Black Panther.
She was pushed into it. Like who else would have been a Black Panther to avenge her mom?
She could have gave everybody that juice. Like Lupita was kicked out already. She could have gave her the juice. She did build a clean ass suit for her though. That suit was hard.
It was.
But still, she could have drank the juice and been Black Panther.
I don't think it works that way, right?
There's a tradition that only one person can be Black Panther.
Oh wait, so Lupita had to be because of her bloodline?
I don't think so. I just think one person could be it. You can't just give everybody the juice. Like,
no, I'm saying instead of Lupita drinking it, give it to her.
Well, they don't have to be in the bloodline because what's his name fought to be the Black Panther. M'Baku.
He fought to be the king.
Oh, that's true. So he wouldn't. Okay, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So I think you have to be in that bloodline to be the Black Panther, right?
Right.
Because that's why the whole thing with Killmonger was like, that's why he was able to do it because
he was a bloodline.
Part of the family, yeah.
So if M'Baku would have been king, and there would have been a king and a Black Panther?
I think M'Baku is king.
He's the man king.
Yeah, he's
the woman king.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't even got that.
But now at the end of the movie, it was like battle to be a king. Nobody showed up, so he's the king.
Yeah,
which means Suri is even more of a step down. So now she's just the Black Panther. She ain't shit else. So it's like if she get fucked up, well, I don't mean it like that, but if she gets fucked up, who's gonna fix everything? Like, who's gonna fix it?
I mean, yeah, like
the white
she
guy
has to go fight in New York with the Avengers. Somebody's got to have to stay and like run Wakanda since Black Panther's part of the Avengers or whatever. So I can see that.
But I did hear because of the ending that Chadwick's son is supposed to be coming up to be Black Panther.
Chadwick.
Oh, well, Chadwick's son. Y'all know what I mean.
Spoiler alert.
No, this is
all spoiler alert. This whole conversation.
That's the end of the movie. All right, y'all.
But I don't know. I don't want it to be her, man. I feel like she could be so much, but she was something bigger than the Black Panther.
I get what you're saying, yeah. But now it's like shit. If they make another one, she's definitely not going to be it. Because the son probably going to be 20 by the time you see the movie again.
They're gonna make sure of that.
They're gonna make it like 20 years later.
Everybody looks the same, but he's grown up.
Right. Exactly.
They're gonna make sure of that. Another thing that bothered me about this movie, I don't know how you guys felt about it. It felt like she was grieving about Chadwick the whole movie. When her mama died, it was kind of like back to caring about Chadwick. Like when her mama died, it was kind of like a damn.
I thought that's where her anger came from.
That's why I thought she wasn't sad. She was angry at that point.
Yeah, she was kind of like when Black Panther died, she was just like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Her mom died. That's when she went apeshit.
Nah, because then they stuck her around.
It could be like the fact when they're like mourning T'Challa, they're actually mourning Chadwick Boseman in real life. You know what I mean? Like the whole emotional of
I get that, but for the sake of the movie,
yeah.
You kill my brother, I'm mad. You kill my mama, I'm devastated. And then they circled around. They circled around, and it was like at the end, you still mourning over your brother more than your mama. Mm-hmm. Which I don't, not in real life.
It might have been that whole it might have been that whole let's tribute this to Chadwick specifically. That's probably why they focused so much on it. Yeah.
I get
that's
that.
what I was thinking too.
Yeah. I get that, but I'm thinking from a real life state.
From your story standpoint, but come on, man. If you be okay with Killmonger coming as Black Panther, then I guess we could. Okay.
They could have worked it in. If they wrote it right, they could have worked it in. Like I said, that's just a personal thing. There's nothing wrong with how they brought him back. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, but I'm saying like that, not bringing him back as Black Panther. Like to me, that would have made no sense at all, and because they would have been the dumbest people if you let him go. Anybody?
Nah, if you write it in to where he had to change of heart. If he now I'm fighting because his whole thing was for being about his people. So if he had a change of heart, if he was in jail just thinking about shit, and then the one nigga that saved him got killed, it's like now I'm fighting for my people. Like writing the change of heart, shit, it's a superhero movie.
Yeah, and then,
I mean it's a Marvel film, so it's a possibility.
Even Malcolm X had a change of heart at the end before he got killed in real life.
And then they were working with like the US at that point, right? Like
yeah.
Whereas the first one, it was just we're only helping our people out, and then by the end of it, they expanded, so that could have made Killmonger be like, well, now we're doing for my people too, so I could work with.
But then they stopped doing it at the beginning of this one because they were trying to
they tried to
rent them. Yeah, so they were like, fuck that shit. Yeah,
they were trying to steal. They're trying to steal some shit.
So you know what messed up my experience too. I thought the movie, the audio was bad. I was like, ooh, how are they getting away with this? But turns out I was having hearing issues. So everything was like sounded clogged. So I was like, is it just me? Or does this movie sound wrong? So like
I thought the sound was fire.
so I was just me, it was all messed up. So like the first fight scene where they came out the vault and they're like fighting, but they're talking, I could barely hear what they were saying. I could barely hear.
You couldn't hear the exchanges.
Yeah. So I was like, I thought the movie was screwed up, and turns out it was just my hearing. But so I had that issue on a couple fight scenes. But I wanted to ask about the action scenes and fight scenes and see what you guys thought overall about how they.
There was only like 6.
Yeah, they were big though.
Yeah. The one, my favorite one is when what's her name is on the bridge.
The bridge.
She's fighting that one dude.
Yeah, that was hard.
Like that to me was a little bit more intense because I was like, oh shit,
her up.
Yeah. So, but okay, so they regenerated, right? Like they have to go back in the water to regenerate. Because remember when she was like stabbing them, they can come back. So that was even dumber to go into the ocean because they didn't. Did they find their weakness? Like,
Siri found dudes. Yeah, Siri found dude's weakness.
Found Namor's weakness.
Yeah, so it was like, why not tell everybody, hey, get them on land?
Because they can bring the water with them.
Get a bunch of heaters on the boat.
Yeah.
What did Lupita shoot the girls with when she was down in the ocean? Because she killed old girl like quick with like some type of weapon.
Yeah.
What gun was that? Was that a vibranium? She took her out quick. Like,
you talking about when she jumped out the water and shot her at?
No, she was in the water and then she shot them while she was in it, while she was trying to capture, not capture, but she was trying to rescue Shuri and Ironheart girl. She shot those water people with something. I was like, why just use that?
Yeah, instead of trying to do the hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, I think that was the best fighting scene though, Josh, on the bridge. Like
that shit was hard.
The rest of the fighting scenes to me, I was just like, all right, man.
Yeah,
it seemed like they were especially the last fighting scene. I didn't get it, like how he burnt her, like she burnt his back. I was like, what was that about?
It bothered me because they were fighting right by the water, but he was acting like he couldn't go take a sip and then come back and fight her more. The water was right there. Like, why are you fighting her? You can't breathe. He's like, I'm still gonna fight. And then he did this slow ass walk, like, oh, I'm about to go get some water.
And when she was like, this Wakanda forever, and it blew up, I was like, dude, you could have just pushed him aside. This dude was not fucking going anywhere. He was at his weakest.
So that I guess that's nitpicky, but the water was right there.
Yeah,
the rafts the whole time up until that point.
The main thing that really bothered me, that made me think the movie was just good, was the reasoning behind Namor and his people coming and attacking Wakanda, because him and Shuri were like, they were coming together. He's,
they were falling in love.
and then all of a sudden, Lupita's character goes down there, takes somebody out. And then when they go to Wakanda, Shuri's never like, wait, no, like, we don't need to do this. She's ready to attack him and fight him before her mom's even taken out.
Right.
Like, I understand that they were attacking her home, but she knew one of his people were taken out. So why didn't she try to flip it and be like, no, like, try to work with them as opposed to just being like on attack mode?
If you rewind and shit, like the whole movie, so their thing was, we got to kill this little girl, the scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking kill her. Like, why are they holding on? Why is he saying it every 10 minutes? Like, we got to kill her. Like, what are you gonna sacrifice her, or are you gonna kill her? Mm-hmm. Fucking kill her. When you
find her on the bridge, harmonize, have her going to the ocean,
and that's it.
And that's
like,
it.
So it's like they
know
strung
to
that
put
along.
their headphones on at a certain time.
And then it was like, and then when the dudes, the main guys, before the fight on the bridge, they showed up to kill the girl, right? Mm-hmm. And then she's like, "Nah, don't kill her. Take me with y'all." And they was like, "Okay." Like, no, you there to kill her. Y'all ain't there to bargain.
Yeah. While she was down there the whole time, they was just chilling, just like you said. They could have killed her.
They could have just took the queen, like took the daughter, killed off Ironheart.
Yeah.
And like, all right, so what's your plan now?
That's it.
We got what we wanted. Yeah.
That's it. Their plan was just to kill her. And then and then I felt like that learning about their people, that shit was too goddamn long. That whole conversation about his background and then him taking her to the city and all of this shit, like they could have did that in their own movie.
I think that's what they were getting to, though. Like, they want to give you a little bit so they can make a movie out of it.
Oh no, just do that. I don't want to see all of that in this one.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as like too much going on. Like, focus on like maybe Namor and then what's it called, Shuri, but like everybody else, like I said, Ironheart, that was not really necessary for this movie. Maybe for our next one. Like people are saying that they could have done better with a TV show to flesh out more of the storylines or characters. So I would have been curious to see that, because I think there is going to be a Wakanda show coming up.
With who?
What's up?
Who's gonna be Chadwick? Baby Chadwick?
Maybe. I really don't know. Like, I don't know. I think Marvel, after this, they should just take a break. They need to take a break and then think of some stuff, because they're just pulling out all this stuff.
They better do something, because DC on their ass. And Tasha, that's why I asked if you see Black Adam. Black Adam was better than this movie.
Really?
So DeMarcus said the same thing. Brian, my son DeMarcus said that Black Adam was better than Black Panther. He saw Black Panther ended. He was like, "Yeah, the movie didn't hit for me. I like Black Adam more."
Okay, I'll say this. I think Black Adam's probably more rewatchable. It's a lot more fun. Like, to me, when people say, "Oh, it's a fun movie," that's what a fun movie is. Mm-hmm. And then when people say, "Oh, Love and Thunder's fun," no, it's fucking stupid. Like,
the length of this movie and the length of the scenes didn't bother me. So that whole Namor background, that didn't bother me. I didn't think it was too long. Like I said, I just, when it came to that point where there was the attack underground and then the attack on Wakanda, I was like, I didn't feel like the reasoning was strong enough. Like, I thought it was a weak set off to the whole everything that happened afterwards.
Yeah, and Namor, to me, Namor's like motivation why he wants to go against the world about like people enslaving people, bringing diseases. Like, I didn't really feel like what his issue was since he was down in the water. Like, nobody could fuck with them because they're really underneath, they're deep.
No, he had a reason though.
They were trying to take his vibranium.
I mean, he did. I just wasn't feeling that. I wasn't like, well, Killmonger, I understood why he did what he did, and I felt Namor was just kind of generic.
No, he had a reason. It was like shit. They found us, so it's like they found.
I thought they found the vibranium, because how deep were they in there? Like, she had to wear a suit to go into their home.
I mean, regardless, it was found. And you know how these motherfuckers, they knew they couldn't fuck with the Wakanda people, but they still tried to attack them. It's like, you know how greedy they are. So he like, fuck, they found us. So it's like, we're gonna attack them before they attack us.
Because they'll go through to any lengths to get to us.
He knew what was up. Like, he had a reason. He had a good reason for wanting to do what he wanted to do. But it just bothered me with the whole, we're gonna save the scientist shit, like kill her if that's what you want to do. But he had a good reason for like trying to team up with Wakanda to It's like let's team up. Nobody can beat us if we team up.
That was the main message of the whole movie. It was just like, Black and Mexicans get together.
Black and brown pride.
Yeah, to kill off the white man. That's it.
That's why Tasha was torn. That's why Tasha forgives the whole scene about the Aztec warriors underwater. It wasn't too long to her. That's her people too. Like she's like, those are my people.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I think they did a good job for not having a main character.
Still kind of for where his motivation was, but like people were comparing him to Magneto, whatever. I was like, nah.
What would you say, O'Brien?
No, I said trying to build a movie without your main character is difficult. So I tried to like judge the movie off that because without Chadwick, you know what I mean? Like I'd have stopped the movie. I was like, there's no reason to do another Black Panther because you know what I mean? Like there's nobody to play it. Killmonger's dead. So I feel like they did a good job, making a 3-hour film almost out of just the people in Wakanda.
Well, like I said, it was cool, but I feel like it was just too the overall theme was too sad and mopey. There was never no moment of excitement to me. Like it was just like Suri was fucked up through the whole movie, and then she got to put on this suit. It's like she was through the whole movie. She was just fucked up in life.
Could you have done without the movie? Like you rather than not make another Black Panther?
It didn't. It was cool. So it was like it was cool. Like I can't say I wish they didn't make it. It was cool. I just wish they did a couple things differently. Like a couple changes would have been like worth it. You know what I mean? Like her not being the Black Panther would have been all worth it. I don't care who. Well, I do care, but it's like give it to somebody else. Like maybe the bloodline thing is the reason. So I can't argue with that point of it. But still, like I don't know.
I don't know. That drink the juice could be it. That's what
would anybody be cool if they recasted them? I guess like Chadwick's brother said he wouldn't mind if nobody in the family would have minded.
I think the world would have been like, fuck this movie if they recasted him. But they basically did recast him by saying he had a son.
I mean that's the better way of saying, not like they got a different actor to replace the character. I wouldn't want to do that. Like somebody said, was that good? Yeah, to be T'Challa, the actual Black Panther.
Yeah.
I think anybody who would have tried that, like, nah, because no matter you could give it your all, people are gonna be like, nah, you ain't my Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman is.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I looked at it to why they didn't recast him. The way that so he had a disease in the beginning. I wish they would have left that anonymous how he passed away. Because I'm all like, you the Black Panther, you have like, speed, strength, all this stuff.
I didn't think they said. They said how he died? I didn't think they said.
She's trying to help him because he had a certain disease.
I didn't think they said that. I saw them doing shit to save him.
See, this is what happens when you're an anti-vaxxer.
That was the whole message of the movie.
Yeah. It got Black Panther too. See?
Yeah. Wear your mask.
Right.
That is fucking dumb.
Did you understand what that whole thing was? That she was with the balls and it was turning red?
His DNA?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. Is that what it was? DNA, and she was trying to.
It was like she was trying to find a link to his DNA because the purpose was to change it green. Because you saw it when she did it later on. So it was like she was trying to find a cure, basically.
I thought she was trying to get the powers of old boy too, because she got the DNA from his like necklace or whatever. I thought she was trying to get all the power, like she was trying to make some type of DNA.
She did that, later on. But I'm talking about when her brother was supposed to be sick.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember them saying a disease. You just knew he was sick. They never said. I didn't think they pinpointed he had a disease.
They said it. They said he had he died from some type of disease or some sickness.
But didn't Lupita at the end say we knew he was that he didn't have much longer, and that's why they had their I forget what the exact exchange was, but I think didn't they know before he died, and that's him and her and T'Challa and the little boy.
I don't remember that part.
Because she said we had our own little kind of like memorial for him. So
yeah, her and her son did, but I think that she said something that alluded to the fact that they knew that he wasn't going to be around much longer.
Yeah,
they probably did. I just know she said that he didn't want him in the kingdom, but it's funny because now he's about to be in the kingdom.
Right.
I thought that would have been an interesting storyline if she didn't want him it's like that's the reason why she didn't want him to go there. She didn't want him to be king to deal with all that shit.
That's what she said. She said her and him came to that conclusion, like, raise him out here. We don't want him being a part of anything.
So as far as we know, that's what it is. But when he gets older, he might
change.
He might like, I want to know my family heritage. Yeah. So
you gonna do the lip shit like
hey,
nigga, I'm his son. Nigga, this is my kingdom. He gonna go challenge M'Baku and all kind of shit.
Killmonger gonna have a son too on the next one. He's gonna come out of nowhere.
And it's gonna be Michael B. Jordan just de-aged to make him look younger.
Right.
But he's in it.
Are there any other points in the movie you guys want to touch on before we do our 1 to 5 star rating?
I really thought like they should have just when Namor first comes into Wakanda, I thought that was just going to be the big battle scene.
When he gets there.
Yeah, when he gets there, Angela Bassett's character, spoiler, Angela Bassett's character gets killed off, and then he goes, "Mourn your losses. I'll be back." I'm like, you just came here. You just come here just to be like, hey, this is just a warning, or like I don't know what the point of was to kill him and then leave. I thought
it was a warning. Because it was kind of like you don't get the picture, so I'm gonna kill her. And then remember, he was like, "You the queen now, so when I come back, you gonna make this deal, or I'm coming back to fuck everything up."
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I just try to kill her right then and there. Just I don't know. I just thought
because he didn't want to kill her.
They just could have had the final battle right there. Like to me,
so his thing was he never wanted to kill her. He wanted to team up. He knew the power of them teaming up. So his point was never to kill her. It was just kill the little girl, what he could have just killed.
That's
why it was confused. Well, I'm saying like you kill one of my people, I'm gonna kill one of yours, I guess, type of thing. And it seemed like Namor didn't need a fucking army. He was easily taking a lot of people out by himself.
That nigga was ice skating in the sky, taking all the planes down.
So at the end, when they're like getting backed up, I was like, man, this is like fucking Game of Thrones season 8 again, where a hell of people, like all the good guys are being surrounded by all the bad guys. They're trying to kill him, and they go to another
boat.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another thing. I felt like Black Panther to me, her didn't really get like the fight scene in it wasn't focused on them. It was more focused on everything else going on in the ocean. So it was kind of hard for me to be like, oh, I'm digging this Black Panther and what they can do. Because even in the first one, he had like certain moments where you'd be like, oh shit, that was cool. But in this one, I just didn't feel it. So it's hard for me to say if I liked what they do with her as Black Panther.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't get no moment of excitement. Like even when she won the battle, it wasn't like oh shit, that was crazy. It was more like all right.
And
she cut one of his wing foot.
I must have missed it, but I guess she gets stabbed through the like chest behind.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the suit kind of healed her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After she got removed from being impaled, yeah.
Yeah, but
I forgot the Black Panther heals, so I forgot about that. I was like, oh, she's done, she's out, and then she healed. I was like, oh, I forgot about that part. So
until you get a sickness, a disease, then you can't heal anymore.
But still, like they were right by the water, so her fighting him, like her plan was dehydrate him, go to a desert. Why would you fight right by the water? I didn't understand that angle.
Yeah, I think he was too hurt to even get to the water at that point.
Yeah, and like there was a time where he could have just easily taken out Ironheart, like that. Like, I mean, I know maybe that's not his motivation, but they were out for blood, so she was kind of like flying around, and he was flying around with her, and seemed like he didn't know how to kill her if that's what one of his goals were.
But no, when they landed on that land by the water, they fought for a minute before he tried to go to the water, right?
Yeah.
So he could have easily dipped and then came back out.
She snatched his wings too.
But he was hella weak.
Yeah.
Like
he got one of them wings.
Yeah, one of the wings.
She snatched the wings off, so he couldn't fly over there. So
he could have ran.
I think the actor did a good job. I thought he helped it to be a threatening antagonist. Like I said, Namor, just like Aquaman, Namor's always been a cheesy character. So, props for Ryan Coogler for making him serious, a little bit serious.
Stepping them wings.
A little bit of badass.
But that nigga, no, you definitely felt like you felt like he couldn't be fucked with though. I'll say that. Like minus the cute wings on his feet. Like when he was like having his exchanges and threatening people, like you felt that shit. Like he don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like the
Just
thought
a
of the
big.
wings are corny, but I thought they did a good job. I didn't think that it was like I didn't think it looked bad when he was
That shit look
floating. When
hilarious.
he was floating, I think if he would have had wings, I think if he would have had actual wings on his back, it would have looked kind of lame.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like
Yeah,
Tinkerbell.
I mean, just make them fly. Like you don't need the wing. Like the wings, it reminded me like Harry Potter when they played the game, the little ball had the wings on it. It was like that, like cute ass wings. Just make him fly. Like he would have been cool just flying. He didn't need them little wings.
Flying like Homelander or Superman
Or something. Yeah, just fly.
I didn't know he had wings. I didn't know he had wings. So when you see, or you don't really see him, but at the beginning when he's got the helicopter,
Yeah.
but you don't see him. I didn't look. So I saw the teaser, but I didn't watch any trailers or see any images. So I didn't know that his character had wings on his feet. So I didn't know what that was about when he took the helicopter out and you don't see him. You just kind of see an image like up there flying.
Yeah.
Oh. But then when he shows up to confront Angela Bassett and what's her name, and he's flying.
Oh, well, yeah.
the water. I was like, oh, okay. Interesting.
The wings was ridiculous, man.
Anything else? Anything you can think of that you want to bring up before we?
I don't know.
I think we covered.
I would say go see The Woman King instead.
Yeah.
I remember I mentioned about.
I ain't gonna say nah. I wouldn't say that. It's two different movies. Like it ain't.
No, this is the
same with Black Adam. There's two different movies. You can't really compare
the
them.
Warriors. No, I'm saying I wouldn't say go see this instead of that.
Nah.
It's two different movies. Like it ain't like that. It ain't like either or. It's still a cool movie.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, in my opinion, as good as Black Adam or Woman King.
Does it have replay value to you?
I think it is equally just as good as Black Adam.
You said replay value? No, I have no reason to rewatch this long ass movie.
I probably would watch it.
I'd watch it. Yeah, I've watched Black Panther like 4 times. I think I'd watch this at least
tell me
twice,
how many times you fall asleep trying to rewatch this shit.
I mean, bro, yeah, I mean, like even when I'm at the movie theater, I'd rather be working. I try to sit down and watch it. It's just not really engaging to watch it again. Yeah. The first one's still like top 5 MCU film for me.
Yeah,
I really like the first film, even though people say it's long, but like I think it's like 2 hours and like 20 minutes. It's cool.
Not as long as this.
That's what I was about to say. The first one,
like say the 20 minutes, I might have enjoyed it a little bit more. So.
Yeah, I didn't feel it was too long. I was enthralled in it enough to where I wasn't like, oh my God, when's it gonna end? But that's not to say that they probably could have chopped things here and there or cut things down.
Hell yeah.
They probably could have, but I didn't find it too long.
Sure, as long as fuck.
It's funny, the Batman's longer, and I never had an issue with that one. I'm probably the only person that doesn't have issues with that.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's go around and give our ratings. So, Josh, you came in late, so you kick it off. And what do you give it out of 1 out of 5?
I'll give it 3 stars. Usually I usually give okay movies 3 stars.
What was another movie he gave 3 stars?
He's been giving everything 3 stars.
That's the easy way.
Does anybody want to hear my 5 stars? I only got 5 of them. Just here.
Okay, well, I gave it 3.5. I gave it 3.5 stars.
I give it 3.5 too.
I'm gonna give it 4 stars.
Not bad. Yeah, I gave the first one 5 stars. So, like I said, I didn't think this one was even as good as the first one, but it was good. So the fact 5 stars and then 3.5 stars, it's kind of,
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't bad. It didn't feel like a Marvel movie, and it felt hella long, and some of the decisions made, like that's just myself.
So that's Lamar. Like when you say it doesn't feel like a Marvel film, is that like a good thing for you or a bad thing for you?
It's a bad thing if it's supposed to be a Marvel film. You know, every Marvel movie gives you a connection of what's about to come.
I think that's my issue with Marvel. Like, I think when they do that, they don't focus on the story completely. They just trying to set things up. So that's where I'm kind of again kind of like irritated with Marvel. So for me, it doesn't seem like a Marvel film. That's a good thing. But for you, it seems like that's
it's like I don't know. It would have been it. I don't know. I don't know how to judge it on that. Like it's cool as a standalone too.
Yeah, but that's what I felt about like Spider-Man No Way Home. Like there wasn't like a lot of references or setting up. They just kind of focus on that, and I think that's why I liked it for it. Like I say, what's up?
But then the end credit scene is where you get the attachment, right? This end credit scene took too long to get to, and it was just like it was like, hey, he had a son.
Yeah.
And then it was like, wait some more, and then it was like Black Panther will return. So it's like, what was it? Why do we have to sit here and wait for that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the first one wasn't too much like a Marvel film, kind of like the same with this one.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good thing in a way, because then it's not limited to only Marvel fans, like people that like to watch Marvel movies. It opens it up to where anybody can watch it and enjoy it and not need to know too much of the background about Marvel to be able to watch it. So I do agree it didn't feel like Marvel, but I think it was a positive thing in my opinion.
Right. I don't think it's a positive or negative really, but I don't know if you don't make it seem like it's gonna. Don't make us sit here then. Fuck, wrap this shit up. Tell us there ain't no end credit scenes.
We Googled.
Bring Killmonger in. Hurry up.
Yeah.
We Googled to find out.
That would have been an automatic 5 stars.
We Googled and said, are there any post-credit scenes? And they said there's one. So we stayed for the one and then we left.
Right. But the one didn't hit hard enough to be there. Like it I guess the whole he had a son part is supposed to be the shocker, and his name is I keep calling him Chadwick, and his name is T'Challa. Like that was cool, but it was like, stop making us wait for this shit now. Cut this shit out. But that's I think that's we already been here 3 hours.
That's their thing though. He's like, it's coming. You just gotta wait for it. You don't have to wait.
Right.
Go online.
You can watch it on YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah.
I'm about to start doing that because I can't keep doing this shit.
Yeah.
I did see something and they were like, there was no Avengers that showed up in this movie
at all.
That might have taken you out of the Marvel feeling of it too.
That's what I like about it too. Like
I'm glad they did
that. When it's not Marvel, like Marvel became formulaic to where they're like, hey, we're gonna set these characters up, we're gonna set this character up. What about the story? Fuck the story. All right, we're gonna set this other character up. Like we're gonna have Mr. Fantastic in this movie, Professor X, and they're gonna get killed easily. Why we bring him in? Just because people want to see him. But like from Dr. Strange,
So on our podcast too, on the Black on Black Prime podcast, we do the rights. So we judge it off. It's 4 rights: it's writing, story, acting, and production. Brian, how many rights you get this movie?
Yeah, I would give it all. I would give it all 4. Honestly. Yeah, I would give it 4 because I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the acting, the production. Did I say acting already?
Yep.
Yeah, so I enjoyed all 4. Story writing, acting. What was the other one? Production. Yeah.
I give it 4 too, even though I'm talking a little bit of shit. I just wish I didn't have. I think my problem was I had high hopes, and I expected something. I expected something like magnificent, and when I didn't get that, it's not. Now I'm nitpicking and trying to figure out why. Like I think after seeing Woman King and how high that shit, like the level that shit was on, and then coming to this. And then it's the similarities when you see the previews. It's like we kept joking about it, like Black Panther 2, Woman King, like that was the joke. So to see Woman King up here and then Black Panther's just like we here too, but it's like you're not here though. You know what I mean?
You wanted more from Black Panther than Woman King. It was different.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So you wanted more from Black Panther. You weren't expecting anything from Woman King.
Nah, not necessarily. I like the preview of Woman King, so I kind of was expecting something. But coming up, so in my opinion, the first Black Panther was the best Marvel movie out of all of them. Just in my opinion, like that was the best one. So to do a sequel to that, I guess I'm expecting the best.
Main character died. I mean, we can't do nothing, man.
Hey, if you made another movie, I'm gonna hold you.
Yeah, well, because I think Ryan Coogler wrote the movie before Chadwick passed, so he had to rewrite some things and add some things in. And then I don't know how much like Marvel's like, hey, add this stuff in.
Hey, I love Tupac. So when Tupac died, I expected something better from the Outlaws or Stop Rapping. You get what I'm saying? If you're gonna make a part 2, I'm gonna judge it as a part 2.
But it's like Outlawz never made a good album with Tupac.
But they had good songs with Tupac.
I can't. I'm still trying to think of a good Outlaw version. I can't. They were just there.
I mean, I don't want to say the cast of Black Panther was just there, but
you pretty much calling the cast of Wakanda Forever Outlaw.
Yeah.
So I want to get in on the Black on Black Prime rating system, but I have a question. What's the difference between writing and story?
Writing is more so script and dialogue. I guess like
so you're talking about the dialogue. You're talking about
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
the story is kind of like the outline of
the
this
plot.
is what the movie's about. That's what things.
Yeah.
Okay. So I give it 3 out of 4.
You gotta go right.
Right. Did I do it right?
Yeah,
right?
You did it right.
Right.
Which one didn't get it right for you?
The story. Yeah, because like I said, that point where everything just pops off, I didn't feel like it was strong enough, strong enough reason for everything to happen. But everything else was spot on. So I'd have to give it 3. You want to jump in on that rating system, Josh?
Right. Is that how you say it? What the fuck it's called? Yeah, no, I would have to go with Tosh on this one, to where everything else, the story, just didn't really do it for me. As far as like the writing goes, I don't know. Actors, like I said, probably can make anything that was shitty good. So maybe I'm not saying that this is a shitty script. I'm just saying they're so good, I couldn't tell if it was bad or not.
They saved the script, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like I said, the reason I gave the story right, I didn't even say it out. Right. I didn't say it right. The reason why I gave the story right, even though I had a problem with it, it's still the story still made sense. Like it still made sense, though I thought it was boring. It still made sense for what I understood. Twinklefoot Mexican, because I understood his reasons, and then I understood what was going on. It lingered a little bit. I didn't want so much of the background right now, but I still understood what was going on. So the story was cool.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thank you, Brian, for joining us and having this discussion on Black Panther 2. You want to give the where to find you guys one more time?
Yeah, Black on Black Prime, everything. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, and Instagram. That's Instagram.
And YouTube.
And
new
YouTube,
new episodes on YouTube and Spotify every Tuesday.
Right.
I'm putting it out for the world, so this nigga gotta work. You gotta make sure.
Are y'all gonna do Avatar, or is it just Black
nah? So our thing is
blacks.
our thing is low budget Black movies. So we're trying to put a light on that, like the overlooked low budget Black movies, mainly Tubi, but we'll probably branch off to like BT Plus and Netflix. Just as long as it ain't. Our thing is the movies that don't go to theaters.
No mainstream movies.
Yeah, no mainstream. So if we search it up and it sathey box office, you're not getting you're not getting a review.
They got enough reviews from everybody else. So
that's it. That's pretty much the thing. Like, and then like we had plans on making in the near future, making our own movie. It's gonna happen.
And we've been able to interact with the actors in the movie, like they're actually reaching out and thanking us for the reviews that we've been doing.
Yeah, so the low budget movies, the first two we put out, actors and producers from the movies and the directors like been reaching out.
Reposting.
Nice.
Reposting the thing and sharing everything. We even had Brian Hook show us love.
Oh, because you guys just
Anthony?
did.
What did he say?
I was like, Anthony?
Who the fuck is
Anthony?
Wait, y'all remember that? From High School High?
Oh, from High School.
Yeah. For me. Oh.
I forgot he was in that shit.
Okay, so look out for Black on Black Prime. We will more than likely next be doing here on Talking Real Shit Avatar 2.
Hell yeah.
Reluctantly, but that's the
I'm gonna see it in my theaters for free, so
don't hate.
We only can watch movies at 12, and it's gonna be 3 hours long. So I'm gonna be like, fuck, I need to get home. I need to drive Emma home. I won't probably get home until 4.
Hey man, what the fuck? You just watched this movie and it was 3 hours long.
But I like this one more than Avatar.
You liked the first movie
of Avatar. I like the first. Yeah.
You liked Black Panther.
The first movie. I had like high hopes for the first Black Panther. It delivered. This one, I can't hold it against it because they're dealing with like the Chadwick Boseman's, the passing of Chadwick Boseman. So I got a soft spot for that. So and the ending, I thought the ending good. Not having him appear as what they called digital, where they have somebody who passed away in a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I appreciate.
Yeah, I'm glad they
trying
didn't
to fit him in. Like just leave it at the memories. That was cool.
Yeah.
I was just bothered that she wasn't. They could have mixed it in with her mama too. Like you lost your mama too.
Yeah.
She didn't lose Angela Bassett.
Yeah, she's still here.
I get it.
Black
Fanfare.
Panther,
I get it.
still visit her, and then
I get it. Fanfare. Still your mama though. I get it though. But it's still your mama.
I mean, she shouldn't be devastated. She got no mom, dad, brother, like everybody.
She could have burned the cloths from her mama's funeral. Like, why you just do your brothers?
How you know they didn't put it together?
No, because she didn't have
some
no
deleted scene. All right.
Her mama wasn't in her memory.
It's gonna be in the DVD.
And when her mama died, she threw them cloths right in the fireplace and moved on with life. Held on to her brothers for hella long.
She might have not fucked with her mom. You never know, man. The relationship might not be great.
Moms and daughters, it's a.
That's true too.
She fired her homegirl and shit. Like, yeah, I'm tired of my mama.
Real shit. I hung up on the queen. I hung up on my mama.
Hey,
I thought that was funny. I thought that was a cool one.
And definitely, if Angela Bassett don't get an award for this, the Academy is confirmed to be racist.
She won't.
Confirmed. It's been confirmed.
It's no.
You don't need that to confirm it.
It's all the way confirmed because this is a movie that's universal. It ain't just catered. It ain't necessarily catered just towards Black people. That's normally the movies that get overlooked.
Yeah, but I mean, the first Black Panther was nominated. Wait, it was nominated for Best Picture. No, it wasn't.
No, it was best picture. Nominated for Best Picture.
It was, yes. So
yeah, I don't know if anybody acting, but I was saying.
So I mean, there is a chance she could be nominated. I mean, we'll see.
She deserves some recognition because she did. Definitely. And I really don't agree with people when they say, "Oh, this person should be nominated for like being in this comic movie." Yeah, they were cool, but not Angela Bassett, who's just always been great.
Right.
That's because she didn't start out doing comic movies. She did the movies. She's always had the skill. So shit.
Yeah.